everybody. What I'm going to do today is bring you through a tutorial video on what is, I'm pretty sure, a pretty common problem out there. Your favorite Mac Demarco shirt has gone through the laundry and it's all messed up. So you want to tie-dye it, right? Okay, so first things first, you want to get a one-step tie-dye kit, and I would recommend Tulip brand. That's the one that I found on Amazon. And if you get the one that I got, it comes with some colored rubber bands, which I think will be helpful in the process in some sort of way. Okay? Okay, first things first, you want to set up a good workstation. I would suggest spreading out a purple yoga blanket because it's absorbent, and you don't want to get the dye on anything super important. Okay, lay out your shirt, your messed up Mac Demarco t-shirt, put your rubber bands right there, and put your tie-dye kit right there. Okay, so you've probably opened up your kit. It comes with a bunch of bottles, different bottles. They're empty, but they've got some like suspicious powder in them. Lay those things out, and there's a bunch of other packets of other stuff, and then these things too, okay? There's two other things though that I would recommend that you have with you at all times. A refreshment. Put that right down here with your other work stuff. And so the tie-dye that I'm specifically gonna do is, oh man, what's it called? Oh, this is kind of a cool one. It's called shibori. Sounds Japanese. I'm fancy like that. And with that, you're going to need a roll, like something to roll the t-shirt on. And I would suggest an old tube that, like, I don't know, like a poster or like some sort of something was sent to you, like that your mom sent to you or something, okay? Okay, the next thing that you want to do is pick the colors that you're going to do. And it came with green and yellow and purple, red, and blue. I've chosen purple, red, and blue. It's gonna do like stripes along the shirt. Oh, and you need like gloves because the stuff's gonna get on your hands, and so you should have rubber gloves, but I don't have rubber gloves, and so pro tip, for tie-dyeing, if you don't have the gloves, just use a baggie. I think it'll be fine. I think this will work. Okay, so as I said, there's like the dye is in there, in the little bottles, and you fill it up to the line on here with water. So we're just gonna go ahead, fill her on up. You know, get her right up there, close enough for rock and roll. And probably, like, if you do less water, it's probably just going to be like more intense color. So that's, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then you just want to screw the caps back on and shake them really good. Okay, and that does it. All of the dyes are mixed now. You can see the suds are kind of floating up there, so they're all colored. Another pro tip for you all. Make sure that you inspect the stuff that you have, because, I was saying that I didn't have rubber gloves. They give them to you. So I don't have to use rubber bags or plastic bags. I've got the gloves right here. So, pro tip, check the supplies that you get in the kit. You probably have it. Okay, we are about to get started here. So basically what we're gonna do is, for this tie-dye, we're gonna roll the t-shirt up and then scrunch it together and then separate it out into strips, and then we're gonna dye it. But I want it to be most vibrant on the front, so I'm gonna flip the shirt over. Okay, spread it out. And now we're gonna just grab it and roll this sucker up. Cool. Roll, roll, roll your boat. Okay, see? Now that's all good. Now we're gonna scrunch it together on the ends. Use your foot if you have to, if you're holding onto a camera while you're doing this. Scrunch it together on the sides. Get it all nice and scrunched in the middle. Okay. Good. Very good. Okay, so you have that all scrunched up there. Now you can see how it's all kind of laid out on the tube. Now, the kit gives you these little rubber bands, but I don't know about that. Like, they gave these other big ones, and like, you know, they're colored and they're a little bit thicker. And they wouldn't put those in there if they didn't want you to use them. So, and I kind of think that it's gonna make it cooler. So I'm gonna use these, and we're gonna section off 3 sections. So we've got the rubber bands on there. You see how it's kind of scrunched up, but the rubber bands are in place. Now's where the rubber hits the road. This is the fun part. So get your first color. I'm gonna start with purple. And, I mean, we're just gonna let this, oh boy, is that actually gonna get on there? Well, it's gotta soak in. Come on, guy. Let's try and soak up a little bit of that. You know, it's not it's not it's not perfect. We don't want it to be perfect, right? It's tie-dye. Okay, we're still going here. Also, if you don't want it to mess up your yoga blanket too much, because it runs off, man, it really does. You can put a plastic bag under there. Pro tip. Okay, as you can see, this one's pretty well done. You know what? You can take artistic license if you want. You know, let a few spots not get super colored. That's you. You know, you do you. Okay, so this section's all done. I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right, middle section is gonna be red. And you can see we're just kind of loosey-goosey laying that in there. And man, whoever said cotton was absorbent, I don't know. Get it all over the place. Have fun with it. You know, if there's anything that I can say with this tutorial, it's have fun with it. You know, life's too short or really long, whichever way you think of it. But it's either way too long to not have fun or way too short. So spread it all in there. Get it in the nooks and crannies, and we'll be back when this section's done. And then you just have one last color. We've got one last section, so start in. This one's gonna be blue. So it's gonna go purple, red, blue, and just, you know, Bob Ross this all out there. Get it all in there and let it drip on down into the, like, you know, there's those little spots. Get it all in there. You know, make a mess. Now, what you need to do is wrap this sucker in plastic wrap. I'm rolling with, you know, Kroger. That's my jam. And you just wrap it up, and then we will let this stuff sit for 6 to 8 hours. So I'm gonna wrap it. All right, look at that. We've got this thing wrapped up like a nice little sausage roll. Totally sealed up. The idea, I think, is to keep it damp. I guess, and you want to let this thing sit for 6 to 8 hours. So, I don't know, in the meantime, grab yourself a cocktail and maybe throw some jams on the hi-fi. I would recommend sticking with the good stuff. Anyway, so let that thing sit, percolate, about 6 to 8 hours. I'll see you when it's through. Okay, it's about that time. And get in here with the rubber bands, snip those suckers off, and we'll see what we got. All right. Oh, look at that. That is, man, that's one nice Mac Demarco t-shirt. Okay, so next what you want to do is we have to get all of that like excess ink out of here. So you just got to rinse it. I suggest doing it in a bucket unless you want a pink sink. So let's drown this puppy. Okay, so that has taken a good amount of the dye out. And now what you want to do is toss this in the dryer on high heat for a little while. Let those delicious colors kind of lock in. All right. Okay, next step, grab some quarters for the dryer. Another pro tip for you guys. Be on the lookout for Canadian quarters because those don't work in the dryer downstairs. Okay, it's looking really good. Throw it in the dryer on high heat and let this sucker dry out. Don't use that one. That's the one that messed it up to begin with. All right. Okay, I think it's time. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, everybody. Now go fix your Mac Demarco shirt that was ruined in the laundry, and you can have a wonderful tie-dye just like I do.